Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a spiritual reading. I have 5 piles for you here. I'm going to explain the 5 cards that I'm going to be pulling out for each pile. I came up with this myself just the other day, and your first card is going to be what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. The second is words that will give you solace or comfort you. Something to make you feel not alone is going to be the third card. The fourth card is going to be your wake-up call. And the fifth card is going to be what you can expect next or in your close future. Let me introduce you to the card stacks. For pile number 1, I have this blue apatite. I think that's how you say it. It is so beautiful. I love this. And next, for pile number 2, we have a black kyanite. I am almost positive that's what this is. My friend gave this to me. And for the third stack, we have a candle. This candle has been through a lot, but it can still burn, and that's the beauty of it. And for the fourth pile, we have this beautiful little plate that has a bird on it. It is actually my mom's. It's from Argentina. And for the fifth pile, we have this little reptar pin. It is so cute. Okay, I have introduced all the stacks, so just take a moment if you haven't already figured out which one is for you. And try to either meditate, breathe, try to tap into that intuition. And we're going to move on. I am getting right into this reading. I'm going to have the timestamps down below once you have decided. All right. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this beautiful blue apatite crystal, then this is going to be your reading, and I'm going to get right into it. Oh my gosh, Death Reverse for your first card. That's wild. And we have Rutilated Quartz, the root chakra, 2 of Cups reverse, 6 of Arrows reverse, and the Fool to end it all. Wow, what a reading. So starting out, the first card is going to be what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. And with it being death here, death, it has to do with the ending of something so that something new can come to you, and you will choose to open the bright door. You know, that's what this card is depicted as. Like his sword is the mind in tarot, is focused towards the light, the open door, and the one that's closed you're walking away from. And you have a choice, so you can choose to walk into the light, you know. And I think that with this being reverse, it's probably during this part of your spiritual awakening you've had trouble with that. You've had trouble with choosing to go towards the light. Maybe you've, you know, just see this door as a closed door, whatever it may be, that you had to walk away from, and you can't seem to see how to get to the light, get to the open door. And I think this card is just telling you that You have to focus your energy on what makes you happy, on what lights you up. Follow the light in life. Take the path that is the one that has light streaming through. You know, you can almost feel the darkness in a room, or feel the darkness in a person, feel the darkness in a job, and in anything in life. You can almost see it in their eyes. So, you know, when someone's like glowing, you know, like it makes me think of like when people are pregnant, they say they're glowing. I'm like, they're glowing because they're like creating this new bright light energy inside of them. And that's like what can be happening to you, is you could be creating something brand new. But I do think, because this is reversed, there's a blockage here in your spiritual awakening right now. I mean, a spiritual awakening is a lifelong process, in my personal opinion. And there's a blockage happening where maybe you want to hold on to something that has to go. It has to go. The door has to be shut to bring something brand new to you. You know, when I walked away from my job at a bank, it opened up so many opportunities for me. Just vending and doing art on a daily basis, just doing what I really loved, like helping people, being outside. And that didn't happen until I really made that full choice and that full commitment. I'm going to pull out the deck and see if there's any specific words jumping out at me. Yes, when one door closes, another opens. Yeah, by the way, death card doesn't mean actual death. So it's just a death of something. It says the end of an era and the beginning of another. You have to make room for something better. And the process isn't always pleasant. That is what it says here. It's so true, you know. When a relationship ends, like, it feels like a catastrophe, but in reality, the universe is only waiting for you to manifest that new person by leaving, or just fully cutting off any of the ties you have with anybody that's holding you back. And this could be in any situation, like I said, but it could really just be with your mindset. I think that it probably is, especially since we're talking about a spiritual reading. It's possible that you might just like spiral into negative thought patterns because you just can't seem to see the light. You're like, this world is so horrible. Like, look at all these terrible things happening. And that's so true. Like, there are terrible things happening, but we can focus our energy on what makes us happy. We can focus our energy on the solutions to problems rather than just the problems. And I think that's really important in your spiritual awakening, is that you focus on the solutions, instead of like, I'll never be able to do this isn't gonna work, I don't know how I'm going to, I'll never have enough money for that, I just can't, like, I've been with this person for years, I can't leave them, like, all these thought patterns. But like, we have to open up to the fact that we will be taken care of if we only take that leap of faith. Like the Fool, that is what the Fool is about, and that is what your card is for what to expect. So what to expect is to take the leap of faith, is to expect to fail. I mean, you don't want to have that mindset like, I'm always going to fail, but like, you're going to fail when you choose to go out and become extremely motivated and put yourself out there on the line and ask people if they want to go out on a date. Like, if you ask somebody you want to go out on a date, or if you ask for a job or whatever it is, there's a possibility of getting turned down, but there's also the possibility of brand new things happening in your life. And yeah, there can be times when you get turned down, but it's just fall and get back up. Fall and get back up. That is life. That is life. Everybody experiences it. It's okay. Like, it's better to go out and fly than to never fly at all, you know, and maybe stumble. But at least you got to fly, and at least you got to feel that light and experience all of what life has to offer. I think that's what you need to hear for this death card. Okay, moving on to the rutilated quartz. First of all, quartz to me is like one of the most healing stones that there possibly could be. Quartz and selenite are like my two favorite. If I have a headache, I'll like just like have some quartz around me. I like to just keep that vibration, that frequency with me, because it is so healing. And this one specifically says root chakra. So the root chakra to me is about your foundation, is about like your maybe even your childhood and how grounded you are. Like that is the root to me, and it's something I've totally struggled with. I think most people really struggle with the root. Um, Maybe some more than others. I think especially if you had a rough upbringing, the root can be a really hard place to heal. And since this card represents what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening, I would say that you need to know that you need to heal your root. I would say like your home, that it even says home, root chakra. So that could be even the place you live, setting it up exactly the way it, like in a almost like a feng shui type way. It needs to make you feel empowered. It needs to make you feel relaxed. It needs to do everything that you need it to do. So first starting with your home, and then actually moving on to some more like energy style work, like looking up root chakra meditations, or even just doing something that roots you. So taking a walk in nature. Clay always helps me. um, there's like these meditation balls I've seen, like where you try to get it so they don't touch. I forget what those are called, but they're amazing. I love those things. They can be very grounding. So try to find a grounding practice that suits you, and also make sure that your home is grounding you. Like maybe put grounding incense or grounding crystals around you. Whatever you can do to make your home a place that can nourish you. If that means getting someone out of your home that is not grounding you, so be it, because that can really limit your spiritual awakening, and just not really limit it, because you grow and learn from it, but like it's harder to do like deep shadow work and root work whenever there are people around you that are making you feel unsafe. Like it's kind of impossible to get deep into those emotions, because you're always in like a fight or flight or freeze type situation. You should definitely work on your root. I'm going to also pull out the deck for this one and see if there's any specific things that you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. Let me get this card closer to. There you go. I know you can't see that well because my light is so bright, and I am sorry about that. Oh wait, I'm looking in the wrong book over here. Okay, let's see. Home is where the heart is. You're getting like little sayings right here. That's pretty cute. It says again, focus your attention on your home and where you live. Are you happy with where you live? If you are not happy, why aren't you happy? Can you change something in your home? Or can you redecorate? Or would you like to move homes? You may not have to physically move house. You could change the energy of your current home just by rearranging the furniture or adding a new piece of furniture, poster, artwork, or new cushions. It's a good time to focus on where you would like to live. Even if you can't move right now, you can start to manifest movement in your life. Yeah, I mean, with the death and the doors here, I mean, most certainly can represent leaving behind a house. I mean, one time actually I had somebody pull this card when they were in the middle of leaving a house, and I told them that's exactly what that means. You're leaving one house behind, closing that door, and opening the door to a brand new house. But like it said, it can also just be rearranging for now and manifesting for later. Oh, it also says, enjoy your home. Be happy with who you are and where you are going because you are on the right track. Know that you and your home may be refuge or place that people are drawn to for healing or positive social interactions. That's very important. So, once you set up your house in a way that is very uplifting for you, and then you open yourself up to helping others, you will find that people will come to your house, or like you'll invite people over, and conversation will flow. Healing, very deeply healing conversation will flow. So expect that to happen. Like when you set your house up for that, you can put some intention there to help others as well. So yeah, expect that to be coming. It says what you need to know. So obviously that's something that you need to know. Something that you need to know is that people will be coming to you for healing. Your house will be a place where people can heal. So it definitely needs to be a place that you can heal. Okay, I think that's everything for that card. With the Two of Cups reversed here, this is in the position of words that will help you and comfort you. Wow, with the Two of Cups being reversed here, this most certainly could mean that this is leaving behind a relationship, because as you can see in this card, um, it's two lovers. So that's typically what this card represents, is the meeting of two cups. And obviously that isn't exactly comforting words, but I just want you to know that if you are in an unhappy relationship, or you are single and you really want to be with somebody, you will be able to manifest that. You will be able to get this card to Two of Cups upright, maybe in a reading in the future. Like that will happen to you if that is something that you feel you need, or for all the different forms of relationship, if you are trying to work out a relationship, get on a deeper emotional, like, or spiritual level with somebody, you will be able to do that. You will be able to reverse this card. So that is to comfort you, to know that this Two of Cups will happen for you. That is something you want. You will have that. Looking at the book here, it says the Two of Cups is all about connection. Love, new exciting love, people making magic. It's a wonderful card. Compatibility, partnership, the start of many good things. It basically says that, um, if you want love, that it's a resounding yes. Like, even though it is reversed, I think that it it means that maybe there could be difficulties, that you've faced with trying to find that perfect romantic partnership, that type of thing, or just get on a deeper level with somebody, or just something like that. There's been some difficulties there, but it can be reversed. Like, it will be. And this card is to comfort you, to say that you 100% will experience a deep connection with another. It will be very special, very romantic, very, just everything you've ever wanted. You will receive that. So, if this first death card is about leaving someone, or cutting ties with maybe an ex or something like that, this card is telling you that you will get that as soon as you stop, like, being with the other person. Or not like as soon, maybe like a couple months, maybe a couple weeks, like, but it will happen for you as soon as these ties are cut. And you will be in the deepest connection you've ever had. And if you are with somebody and you really, really want to try to work it out, maybe this is about a house or something like that, like maybe a roommate has to go and it will help your relationship, or something like that. Like, just know that if you've had like maybe a rocky time with your partner in the past or anything like that, you will get even deeper. Things are about to get even deeper between you two. If this is something you really, really want, you want to be with this person, like you'll know whether it's like, I should be with this person or not. Like deep down, you'll know if this is a death card moment or like this is somebody that you really want to get a deeper connection with. And maybe you're just moving, or this is about your career. Like these could be separated or not separated, is basically what I'm saying. Um, but either way, very comforting to say that you will just experience a beautiful love. And especially, it's reversed. So if you haven't been having the easiest time on that front, expect really good things to come to you. Um, Obviously, because this is in the comforting. This is in the comforting spot. So I'm going to take it as a positive no matter what, basically. Tarot wouldn't do you like that. Like, comforting you, like, you're not going to have this. Like, this is the comforting spot. That is what you will receive. And definitely just open your heart up if you don't have somebody like that. Open yourself up, close all the old doors, and step into the light of this. Look at this. It's like, this is like step into the light, and then it's like boom, light shining, boom, light shining. And this person's like walking into the light. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then the Fool, of course, has all this sunshine filtering through in the background. So you will be stepping into the light. I think that's another comforting thing that you need to hear, is that you absolutely will make this choice. So don't worry about it. Don't sit here and think, oh, I'm never going to do this. It's not going to happen. I can't do it. I just don't have the willpower, whatever it is. If you're someone that kind of gets down about yourself or something like that, I know I've definitely done that many times in my life, just kind of dwell and overthink. And actually, overthinking, that makes me think of something. I found this girl on YouTube who was talking about overthinking. I'm going to link that video below, actually, just in case that is something that is speaking to you about overthinking. Um, and I'm going to move on to the Six of Arrows reverse here. This is going to be, you are not alone. Oh, I had them all. I'm so silly. I had this all mixed up. This is what you need to know, so to step into the light. This is words that will help you and comfort you, that of course to help you like get your home in order. And this is in the section of you are not alone. So that makes a whole ton of sense. Sorry, I had them one behind. I wrote a lot next to them, so I had them all mixed up. You are not alone. You are going to be with someone amazing. You are not alone. Like, even if um, you've been feeling quite alone, maybe if you do have a supportive partner, all you have to do is turn to them. But either way, just know you are going to find someone. So you are not alone. That is what this is. Now this is going to be your wake-up call. My bad. Sorry about that. Okay, the Six of Arrows reverse, wake-up call. I'm excited to see what that is. I'm glad I figured that out before I went on to this card, or else I would have been reading it incorrectly. Okay. End struggle. I take time now to reflect on that which I have done. I have met a challenge. The struggle is ended. But my consciousness seeks to overcome the conditions that led me to this struggle in all beings. Or that led to this struggle in all beings. My mind must float a while in new waters. Though I can care for myself, I must find a way in which that self-caring can also encompass others. I enter new territory as I decide to readjust my aim, to shift my course so that it encompasses even greater wisdom than I have gained thus far. Come now, light of fresh insight, take me to the mountain. Wow, so it's definitely telling you that, if you're not already like a deeply spiritual person, you are going to be stepping into a new level of light and of healing, and it's going to be affecting more people, basically, is what I'm feeling. um, you're also obviously going to be changing your aim. That's what this whole death card is about. And yeah, it just said new waters, readjust my aim, so very similar to the death card here. And it's basically, the Fool. It says you're stepping into a new journey. Like this card, he's like walking away into the mountains. You are going to be stepping into a new journey of spirituality. It is going to be different, the way that you think about things, the way you think about energy, the way you think about everything in life is going to be spiritual to you now. No, nothing is going to be separate from that. No words or science or nature, anything is separate than the spirit that runs within, the connection, however you want to say it. You're going to be feeling that fully on a daily basis. That's why you're going to be able to set your house up in a way that is energetically correct, because you're going to be understanding that very, very deeply going forward. Okay. The lesson says, let go of the past. The immediate past as well as those ghosts of childhood. Yep. You may have had a humbling experience just when you thought you were on top of the world. Leave the sorrow behind and go forth in peace, knowing that greater understanding is ahead. You are entering an expansive period. With help of others, you are going to know life from a greater perspective. Look ahead. Leave broken dreams behind. The pieces will reform into portions of new dream later in time. Trust the flow of life as it takes you forward. It is a good time to meditate, seek higher wisdom, stop the flow of old thoughts, look to the light. You had to reach this plateau before you could climb any higher. Your first goal was reached. Your sights must be set higher. Cast away fear and doubt as you flow forward into the dawn. Wow. I really don't think that can be more clear. It's just telling you to connect, and that to just close all the doors of your past and walk into a new light, walk into a new version of your spirituality, and expect to be the Fool in this upcoming portion of your life. Maybe the Fool in spirituality, maybe the Fool in just a career or in a relationship or whatever it is. But I mean, this is a spiritual reading, so it's just a new understanding of what you previously had thought was right, maybe won't be right anymore, and you are stepping into just a whole new world, basically. And you're going to help others, you're going to be healing others. It's very important. That's something that they wanted you to know. You're going to be having an amazing partnership. You're going to be basically walking into a whole new version of your life, letting go of the past, like this death card being the first card. You are going to be walking into an unknown door with light filling out, because you just know, your intuition knows that that is the way you should go. Like move to a different state randomly, something crazy, or just completely let go of, maybe, like, let's say you're religious and you're still having some of those deep rooted thoughts in there, maybe some negative thoughts due to religion, and maybe you're going to open up your mind to a whole new way of thinking. Obviously, these are all just different varying things that this could mean. Either way, it all has kind of the same overall understanding, is that you're walking into something brand new. you're going to find an amazing connection. You're going to get rooted and deep into your chakra. They want you to get into your home and healing others. And they want you to fly, go out and fly and try those new things and look at life with fresh eyes. And maybe sometimes you will fall, but that's okay. I think that's the most important thing about the Fool, is that it's okay. Like, you have to make that leap, or else you never left the branch. That's what this card is all about. And I think that is everything I wanted to say today for you, pile number one. It was an amazing reading. I really enjoyed it. I hope that it resonated with you. I will be leaving all of the decks that I use down below, as well as my tip information and Amazon gift list. It is so appreciated if you do contribute. And also, if you do like my videos, I would love for you to subscribe. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, pile number one. I absolutely love you. Bye. Hello, pile number two. If you chose this black kyanite, then this is going to be your reading. And we're starting out with the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, the King of Swords, Lapis Lazuli, problems resolved, 3rd eye, throat chakra. The Devil reverse, oh my goodness, wake up call. The Frog and the Lotus, metamorphosis, oh wonderful. Okay, starting out with this 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and this is going to represent what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. This represents, first of all, protecting yourself with an energetic bubble. So if you were feeling like maybe possibly you had some psychic attacks on you, or maybe you don't even know that that type of thing could happen, someone's casting like negative energy onto you, you're going to need to protect yourself, first of all. Second of all, you're going to get in tune with this like higher part of you, the chakra above you, your intuition, your knowing, your highest self, your connection to the divine. You're going to like imagine a purple or white light above your head, and then build like a bubble of white light around you to protect yourself. So that is what this card can mean. Also, just getting deeply in tune with your intuition and knowing that your archangels, your angels, maybe even specifically this one, is protecting you. Like you are being divinely protected, and that's something that you need to know, is that you have a team of people and a team of angels and of divine beings that you can tap into if you need their help. You can ask for divine assistance. I asked for divine assistance when I was struggling to quit drinking, and the devil's coming out here, and that is usually an addiction. So it can also be an addiction to negativity, but probably addiction to substance or to something, I would say, for this reading. And you can ask for divine assistance with that. You are protected. You can ask for even help from your higher self. You can ask to connect with your higher self. You can ask them to talk to you on a regular basis. Every night you can say, what do you need me to know? What do you need me to know about today? What lesson should I have learned from today? Why was I shown this in life today? What can I expect for tomorrow? Blessings on my day, blessings for everyone else, kind of like praying, getting into that ritual, maybe at night or maybe when you wake up, whatever. Make sure that there's a ritual happening. You can be laying down, it can be simple, it can be a minute long, just to make sure that you're tapping in and connecting. That is what this card is telling me. I'm going to real quick pull out the book and see if there's any additional words for that one. My seventh chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. Love and inspiration from spirit and my own intuition flow fully to me now. The fire of God. That's what this archangel is also called. It says another thing. I know I already said this, but I want to make sure that you know this, that their willingness to assist is always there. Okay, they'll never turn you down. Okay, you will never be rejected from this level of spirit. And it also says they can even open you to the Akashic records, the storehouse of all information. The connection is open now. You will find that your own spirit and the spirit of those around you are able to provide answers you seek and the blessings you desire and deserve. So expect really good things coming when you're tapping in like that. And definitely start a ritual of trying to tap into what your highest, angels and your highest self want you to know. And ask the right questions to them and ask for healing, ask for help. It's very important. They're always there for you. And moving on, these are words that will help you or possibly comfort you. The King of Swords. The King of Swords represents the mind, represents being the master of your mind, being like almost like diplomatic in a way of just thinking past all the emotional states that can come with difficult situations, and just weighing the options and moving forward with logic. And I imagine that's probably something that you need to do. You're going to have to, for a second, just like you can have your emotions, like feel them, but that might be a separate moment than actually making decisions. Like I really think it should be. And that's probably what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening, is that work through your emotions, feel your anger, feel those things. It's not wrong to feel many different things as a human being, but don't make those decisions. Don't make big decisions during these feelings of extreme emotion, and use logic, use weighing options during this next part of your journey. Sometimes wisdom requires a cool head and the voice of experience. Well, the voice of experience can definitely be these angels coming through to you, or this higher self, this higher knowledge. And a cool head, yeah. So tapping into that like more peaceful states, and just attempting to not let your emotions get the best of you, basically. Oh, wow. Okay, on the flip side of this, of how I read it, the book is actually saying it may suggest that you are reacting from logic or practicality without taking emotional issues into consideration, or just a reminder to keep your cool. Yeah. So there's, two ways to go about this. It's like, make sure you are considering your emotions and feeling your emotions. If you are someone that doesn't usually typically work through those type of emotions. But I think this card, basically a way to help you during this time, is to kind of separate important decision making from dealing with your emotions. So maybe take the time to journal about your emotions for the day, maybe at the end of the day. And other than that, like maybe, if you really need to step away from something for a minute, do that. Take your time with things. Like, this makes me think of whenever I was trying to get a house, and we got offered a house, but I didn't really want it. And I was like, I need to tell them no. I need to tell them no. I need to tell. I was like freaking out, and I was just so emotional. I'm like, I want to move. And I was just getting so into my emotions, like fear and like the people pleasing coming through and those sorts of things. And my boyfriend was like, you don't have to tell them right away, like you could give it an hour. And I'm like, I need to tell them right now. And he's like, no, just wait. And I'm like, how about this? I just wait for them to text me. He's like, yeah, you don't owe them anything. Like, and that made so much sense to me. Like, it made me feel so much better to actually make that decision and say what I needed to say when I actually had a calm and cool head and I was able to work through those emotions that I was having. So that is what this card is telling me. Okay, and this one is for you are not alone. So it says problems resolved, third eye and throat chakras. So if you have, or we're having any trouble with trusting your intuition or getting deeper into, like it said, that seventh chakra. So it's like up there, the third eye. It's all really deeply rooted in like divinity and intuition. Or if you've had any trouble with your throat chakra, um, speaking your truth or um, standing up for yourself, things like that, those are going to be resolved. Oh my god, this is insane. Right here, this card says, because this is in the position of you are not alone, it says, remember that you are not alone. Your spirit guides, angels, and past loved ones are also with you, helping you. Try to stay positive and focused on your goals. Keep charging ahead with your hopes and dreams. Try not to get too distracted by other people's energies, opinions, or problems. Wow, you're going to be able to communicate clearly. But that is so crazy. Like, you're not alone because you always have your soul family with you. This card also mentioned that as well, having past loved ones. So you have past loved ones protecting you. They are always with you. That is very beautiful to see. You have angels. You have very, very like high up there beings that are like basically just white mist just checking on the planet every once in a while, or like practically nothingness. Um, just able to connect through the deep intuition and spiritual messages coming to you. So I think it really is important that at night, or at least one part of the day, that you take a moment to try to connect with either past loved ones, angels, your spiritual team, just so you know that you're not alone, so that you know that you have divine help on a daily basis. It will make you feel more comforted to know that no matter where you go in life, you are never alone because you are completely protected. It's so funny that it reiterated that in this card as well. And moving on to the devil. The devil, like I said, has to do with uh, addiction. And because this is in the wake up call section, it is a massive wake up call to work on your addictions. And with the reversal being here, okay, the devil asks you to free yourself of addiction or limiting beliefs. And the devil reversed also asks the same. And I think there's an added layer there of possibly doing some deep inner shadow work as to why these addictions are manifesting in the way they are, or the limiting beliefs are manifesting, getting to the root of the problem, whether that's with a licensed professional. Obviously, I am not a professional, so if you are having extremely dark thoughts when you are getting into the deep rooted issues, and maybe it's bringing up some things from your past, you might want to work with a professional on that case. But either way, you are meant to be letting go of anything that hurts you, hurts your psyche, any person that hurts your psyche, any job, any single thing. Let it all go. Because this last card, what to expect, is going through a metamorphosis, and I think that the wake up call saying, let go of all the stuff that brings you down. If you need divine help, ask. It's a learning process. It doesn't happen overnight. I let go of drinking and I'm still working on other things. So it's sometimes one step at a time. We can get to the root of the issues, but either way, you're going to notice a massive transformation in who you are as a person when you do let go of these limiting beliefs that are causing some negative scenarios and addictions in your life. Have the goal of freeing yourself to guide you, to inspire you to let go of what is holding you back. Ask yourself why your emotions are making you act a certain way. If that means getting down deeper and deeper, ask the right questions. Treat your emotion like it is an old friend and say, oh, why? Well, why did that happen? Or why am I still holding on to that? Get really deep in there and do that shadow work that's needed for you to let go. And moving on to the frog in the lotus, what you can expect. As I said, you can expect a massive transformation, like a whole new version of who you are as a person. Change is natural, rebirth is possible, and healing balance can be achieved. The frog developing as it does from a tiny tadpole symbolizes transformation. The lotus flower, too, symbolizes rebirth, unfurling even amid murky waters. Going through such a change can be difficult and a struggle, but the resulting metamorphosis opens us up to growth, self-acceptance, and happiness. You're going to find, once you get deep inside of yourself, that you are maybe a different person than you thought you were. Maybe you weren't as bad of a person as you might have thought you were. Upright, it says, consider what in your life needs changing and think about the steps you can take to achieve that change. You owe it to yourself to allow your own growth and rebirth. Yeah, it's talking about the devil card again. Your wake-up call is telling you that once you do make those steps, or at least start off on that journey, you're going to be in a state of shock and awe at the person that you can become. What can I change in myself or my life for the better? How can I be more accepting of the change I cannot control? There you go. So expect a metamorphosis. Know that your soul family, your spirit highest family is there for you at all times. Separate really big decisions from your emotions. Work through your emotions in these deep shadow work. Maybe at night, maybe journaling, maybe with a therapist or with some other kind of licensed professional. Just work through it in this place. And when making very important decisions, use logic and weighing options. And finally, this card also talks about your soul family being with you, but do know that any problems you have with your connection to your third eye or your throat chakra, so your intuition or your speaking your truth, will be handled and dealt with. So I think that's everything I have for you today, pile number 2. That was an awesome reading. I hope that it resonated for you. I absolutely love you. I'm going to leave my tip information and my Amazon wish list, as well as all of the decks that I used today, down below. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. I love you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this blue candle, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to get your cards out right away. Spirit Fox. Oh, how pretty. Trust your talents in changing times. Fourth Ray of Harmony. Ace of Cups. Four of Stones reverse. And Family of Light. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So, starting out with the Spirit Fox here, I actually am not too familiar with this card. This card's position is what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. So it says, stay alert as change is in the air. So definitely stay alert. Maybe even have to be a little cunning. The fox is resilient. They know what it's like to be hunted. The spirit fox can help you to overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. As urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in darker hours, the fox offers medicine of blending in. Wow. That's not something I typically hear. I always like to, wear rainbow clothes and all kinds of crazy stuff so that I could kind of stand out. Oh, my ear just started. Do you ever get messages because your ear has this sharp sound, like a ee, but I don't know, it's different than that. And I know that could just be hearing damage too, but honestly, it's when I know I'm saying something important. Basically what I was gonna say is that I like to stand out, wearing super brightly colored clothes and lots of jewelry and stuff, so people know to come get healing from me. And just so they are inspired to also be themselves fully and authentically. And I think it's very fascinating that you are being called to blend in. So this might be just for the sake of your own well-being at this time. And it's not something that's commonly heard, but maybe you're living with people who disagree with your lifestyle, or you have had a lot of adversity where you live in particular, just something's going on. And it is telling you that right now is the best time to blend in. So you don't need to be calling out publicly about your spiritual breakthroughs at this time. That's very fascinating. And it says, the energies around you are changing at this time. Although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before. And this can make you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring, because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. Wow, so that's kind of the opposite of what I said, actually. So, I guess what's going to happen to you is that you are going to be able to show your fully authentic self. I think you'll probably know if the time is right, when the time is right. Like it said, a shift is coming to you like you've never experienced in your life. you're going to start realizing the synchronicities, connecting to deeper levels of spirituality. It's all going to come to you, and it might feel a little intense at times, but you're going to be stepping into like a new version of yourself. You're going to be able to step into a new version of yourself safely. uh, that's something that you need to know, that if you feel like you haven't been able to fully connect with your spirituality, maybe due to your living situation or people in your family or whatever it may be, or just your own feelings, maybe like that can't be right or something like that. But I have a feeling, since it said at the face of adversity, like you probably have been dealing with people not believing in what you believe in, and that's okay, and it's going to change. Like, you're going to get out of the situation that you were in, or whatever it is that makes you need to like hide, who you are. That's no longer going to be the case. You're going to be able to dress how you like, talk about what you like, do what you like. It's going to be amazing. And whatever's holding you back, these people in your life that disagree with your beliefs, um, they they are going to be moving out of your life in a like proximity way. Like, you will no longer be around these people on a daily basis. So if that's ringing a bell, anybody in your life that makes you feel that way, they're no longer going to be close to you. Like, in actual like distance wise, they are no longer going to be close to you. They may still be a part of your family, but you will not be near them as much anymore. And moving on to the fourth ray of harmony, this is going to represent words that will help you and comfort you. The fourth ray of harmony says, "The fourth ray of harmony comes to you now with the qualities of beauty, harmony, and balance. It empowers you to complete a spiritual initiation. Any conflict you experience now serves your divine purpose. It will eventually become the fuel you need to be born anew. Something negative will be transformed into something positive. Archangel Gabriel helps you to receive the blessing of the fourth ray of harmony now." So if you want to get in tune with your angels, I absolutely love working with Archangel Gabriel. He's helped me personally a lot. I've felt his presence and healing power. So I 100% would say try to connect to your angels, and know that whatever is holding you back, it is going to, it says, become the fire that fuels you in order to be born anew. So like, just thinking of like an example, like at my office, I hated the way it worked and ran so much that it made me want to start my own business. Like, in fact, every single job I've ever had, most of them at least, I feel like run quite poorly. Actually, I would say like more the corporation style ones rather than the small business style ones, because it just doesn't go up the chain. The small business ones, you can tell somebody, the boss, like, that runs a business, hey, this isn't working, and they'll try to fix it. But corporations, it's just so frustrating. They don't listen. So it fueled my fire. It literally fueled me to want to start my own business because I felt it was ran so poorly. So whatever it is that's making you feel like you can't, I mean, I definitely felt I couldn't be myself at that job, I'll tell you that. Like, I felt like, even though I dressed like brightly colored, and still people thought I looked really crazy because I always colored my hair crazy colors and everything. I still didn't feel like I could be myself because I like to wear extremely loose clothing, and I don't like to wear any jeans or tight fitting pants whatsoever. And I felt like I had to. I mean, I did have to pretty much when you work in an office like that. And I didn't feel I could be myself. I didn't feel I could wear like my flowy pants and my hemp jewelry or whatever. Like for some reason it's coming out specifically like the way you dress, the way you'll like show people that you are like a spiritual person as well. Um, is something you're going to be able to step into fully and be able to, people will like know before they even talk to you that you're going to be a really cool and spiritual person. I know when I'm out at the park, I like see other people and I'm like, oh, I know they're cool. They got like super bright clothes on, crazy hair, whatever. I'm like, oh, they look like cool people. I would talk to them. Uh, and it's like a beacon somehow when you like show your true colors, even if that isn't like wearing bright colors. That's just like coming through, like just having your own complete own style and you're like knowing exactly who you are and what you want to do. uh that is going to happen to you. That I hope that you feel very comforted to know that your angels are there to protect you on this journey of like complete, like look at this card. It's like opening up the doorway inside of you for your light to shine out, for you to just show your harmony and show your peace on the outside. No longer like this, like the sly fox, like really let it all show. You are approaching a spiritual initiation, which creates a whole new person, a new you. Initiation may begin with feeling torn between two choices or realities. You may wonder if you have what it takes to get through this. You do. As you discover your strength to be patient with your process rather than trying to force an outcome prematurely, eventually you will outgrow the conflict altogether, emerging as a wiser, more powerful you. You will have gained a positive outcome from what was once considered to be a negative situation. Let's just read the invocation here. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the fourth ray of harmony. I call upon the grace and assistance of the universe and Archangel Gabriel to help me find balance, wisdom, and creative approaches in all areas of my life. I ask for unconditionally loving assistance to outgrow problems in my life. I ask for divine mercy, compassion, and tenderness to help me grow into all that I am divinely destined to be. May the art and beauty within me find authentic expression in the world. May I be held from within and grounded in my center as I approach the portal of initiation. May the unconditionally loving masters and angels that serve on this divine ray of light bring it into the hearts of all beings for the greatest good. Through divine mercy, will, and grace, so be it. Wow. That's really, really, really beautiful. Yeah, lots of divine protection and um, art and beauty. I love that it says that. Yeah, you're, like I said, like being artistic on the outside. It just seems like you are stepping into this really divine version of yourself, completely connected to the divine, completely centered, and showing who you are, authenticity coming through strong. And if you want to, you know, maybe you could write down some parts of that little blessing in the end there. If you want to use them as affirmations, you might take some pieces of that. Yeah, that last thing that I just read, that last prayer that I read. And moving on to the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups represents something to help you feel not alone. And I think that something important here is that you are able to like pour out, and you probably just do. You pour out, you pour out. You are so loving, you are so caring. It's just almost to the point of probably sometimes your cup gets really empty and you might still try to continue to pour love and emotions, and when really it's that time to get back into your own self. And I have a feeling there is 100% people that have taken advantage of how much caring and nurturing and loving that your nature is. And I mean, just so you know, to feel not alone. This is so common, you know. I did it too. I got super walked on and taken advantage of. You are not alone in this nature that you have. In fact, you are divinely connected because you do have that nature of being so loving and caring, and and first of all, know that you have your angels with you, and they will be able to fill up your cup. Um, Having the divine flow to you, coming down, it will be able to fill up your cup. Doing nurturing things like taking walks in the forest and trying to connect to your higher spirituality, um, try to get some divine messages sent to you, that will heal you. And you will be able to pour out your cup. And just know that you aren't alone because the divine will fill your cup. You will nurture your own cup, and you will find people, as this last card says, what to expect. You will find people that will be able to fill your cup up. So if you really this is really a good card for not feeling alone, because you can know that a family of light is coming to you. Many good people are going to be able to fill your cup up. They're going to divinely come to you. Maybe from you calling out to the universe, asking for a family of light to come through to you, for people to truly care and pour into your cup so you can pour into others and theirs. That is what's coming to you. So don't feel alone, because it happens to a lot of people. And just know that the divine is there for you, your angels are there for you, and you will be having an amazing family of light coming your way. Okay, for the Four of Stones, the prayer says, "In the beginning, there are many challenges. The pattern of my design is untested. My product is not yet perfected. I am tempted to give up. Instead, I hold tightly to the first vision that inspired me to begin. I keep my money in check, not spending too freely, holding the reins. I keep waste to a minimum, finding uses for what I thought would be thrown away. And I continue to build, to mold, to shape until I am pleased with my results. Then I shall give it all in a spirit of goodwill." And I want to say that I think that this card is about like going off on your own journey of living a very spiritual life, maybe creating a lot of art. In this, uh, we have a purse, we have some pottery, we have jewelry. She's actually making jewelry. So I think that it's very possible this could be about making jewelry, basket weaving as well. But um, you know, you start on the journey of making jewelry and you're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it would be at first. And you just keep trying, and you're doing it with divine energy freely flowing through you. And it also said, in order to start this journey, you're going to have to keep your money in check. You're going to have to really like pull in the reins and figure out what you can use in your own house. And then the next the lesson says, "New ventures are risky. Make a list of 3 objects you cannot live without. Make sure you have them. If you cannot acquire these free and clear within 1 week's time, your list may be too technologically complex. Your list may be too technologically complex. Simplify. This is basic survival: food, clothing, and shelter. It may be housing at mom's. or maybe even like blow a mattress in the back of a car or something like that. Um, Finding a house that's within your means. It might be a supply of grains, learning to fast, or learning to cook for yourself. It may mean a good warm jacket or postponing a fashion splurge. People are at different levels in maintaining a sense of physical security and comfort. Assess where you are, arrange everything so that you can, within 1 week's budget and time limitations, set up a simple life you could fall back on if you lost everything. So, this talks about having, like, basically a bug out bag if you were thinking about, like, let's say leaving your parents' house or something like that. Like, what do you need to survive? Or if you had kids, like, what do you need for them to survive? Anything like that. Think about like what you have and what you need, and then try to manifest what you need in order to step into this new life. This can also be, what do you need for this new venture, maybe making jewelry or something. Figure out the main basic things. This is very basic. We're getting to the very minimum level, and it's saying to completely simplify your life. Like, you don't need a bunch of extra cleaning supplies that you never use. Like, give them away to somebody. Or you don't need a ton of extra chairs. Like, why so many chairs? Who even knows? Like, maybe you have a ton of cords and random things like that. Either way, go through everything and make sure that you really need it, and give it to somebody that's going to use it. Give it to the right place. And these are all, in, like it said, in varying levels. So if you're somebody that's living with somebody else, figure out how you can completely simplify your life so you can get out of that situation. If you are somebody that wants to go on the road, figure out how you can get everything you own into a storage unit, and or into your maybe a parent's house, friend's house, and what you need in order to start that journey. No matter what it is, you're going to be simplifying, you're going to be getting down to basics, and you're going to know that spirit always has your back, like, no matter what you do. Now, having that accomplished, you are ready to risk everything else while you put up your new plan into operation. You can proceed worry free, since you know no matter what happens, you will not be left out in the cold. This gives your consciousness an open door it needs to move into your new reality. You have the edge of confidence because you have already provided for your own well being. If you are already materially fortunate, this period may be calling on you just to budget wisely. Know what possessions are truly important for your sense of well being, and keep the account that pays for them steady. With everything else you have, energize your plan. This sense of security will free your mind for its creative pursuits. So, yes, you're going to be just limiting everything you own if you're not moving or going off on a journey of having just the very basic things that you need. And you are going to be starting on an extremely creative pursuit. I think the wake up call in there is that you must budget if you want to start this new journey. Having too many things or not having the tools or basic things that you need is also a possibility. So one way or the other there. But that's your wake up call, is you can start this creative journey and this extremely divine and spiritual journey once you have got down to basics, basically, I think is what this card is saying. And moving on here to the family of light of what you can expect. Like I said, expect the divine spiritual team to be on your side. Expect amazing, beautiful, wonderful, creative, loving people to be coming into your life and help you on your journey. Know that you are always protected. I'm going to pull out the card and see if there is any additional prayer for you there. The limits that much of humanity place on their love, that they will love their own family, country, or religion, or this card, it says that you will be able to have the capacity to love all beings. Like, you will understand the unity, and that by loving all beings, you are loving yourself in fullness. And knowing that the people that come to you are just little fragments of the whole, and they each have lessons to teach or love to give, and you are able to be a mirror and they are able to be a mirror to you. And just know that a loving community is going to help heal you, and you are going to help heal them. I choose of my own free will to receive all assistance from unconditional love, so I can peacefully process any unresolved hurt, rejection, abandonment, judgment, or betrayal. I have learned how to love more unconditionally through my experiences. I have learned that love allows all beings to freely choose how they wish to live. I wish to live with openness, love, and connection, in spirit and in flesh, with those who can accept my love and love me too. Through divine grace, I ask it. Oh, yeah, that definitely reminds me too of what I said about how, like, at my job, it pushed me to want to create my own business. Well, not having a family that accepts you for who you are and doesn't allow you to just shine in authenticity, it makes you go out into the world and create that family for yourself with the friends that you choose. And that is the beauty of it. And I noticed that the loving relationships that I have with my friends are so deep and so passionate, and because they chose me, you know what I mean? We went out into the world, and we weren't born into this. That's the family that you will create, these beautiful friendships that you will love and nourish. And it sounds like an absolutely wonderful future for you. Pile number 3, I am so excited uh, for your journey and stepping into this new divine creativity, and letting your cup fill up with divine light, stepping out into exactly who you are, dressing exactly how you want to, and doing and saying what you want to do, and finding those people that love you exactly for who you are. I hope that this reading resonated for you. I'm going to leave all of the decks that I use down below. I absolutely love you, pile number 3. And I'm also going to leave my tip information and my Amazon wish list if you would like to support me. And also, if you would like to subscribe, that would mean so much to me. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate you watching, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye! Hello, pile number 4. If you chose this beautiful little bird plate, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to get all of the cards out. The Queen of Cups. Wonderful. Healer of the Ages. Reversed. Key of Light. Oh, wow. That is the 9 of Swords. And Snake. Shed old skin. Okay. The first card is going to represent what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. And the Queen of Cups, she's like pregnant with new ideas, basically, and able to pour out to many people with her loving and caring emotions. Find those who will nurture you and your endeavors, and open yourself to their gifts. So that is what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening, is that you need to seek out people who are emotionally in tune with you, who respect you and how you will feel about their actions, um, about the way they treat you, and that nurture who you really are as a person, your creative endeavors. The Queen of Cups is the embodiment of heart and passion. She will be there when you need help, advice, or just a warm hug. She will encourage you in your own passions. The Queen is generous of spirit, intuitive, and kind. She can be relied on for guidance, especially when you are too overwhelmed with your own emotions to make sensible decisions. She may be a mother, a patroness, or a friend. Maybe she is even you. So, this will be having a deeper connection with, this could possibly be your higher, more emotionally in tune self. This could be a connection with a wiser, uh, elder person. This could be, like it said, a connection with a friend. Either way, there's going to be someone that you can call on. Definitely, probably a more higher, more in tune version of yourself. It says everyone needs a Queen of Cups in their life. Yes. So you need someone in your life that's pouring into you. An amazing woman that will pour into you. She may already be present. Have you taken advantage of the aid she offers you? You might have to go looking for her, but if you do, it will be worth the effort. Perhaps you take the role of the Queen of Cups for others. Perhaps you take the role of the Queen of Cups for others. If so, you are being admired and commended. Just be careful not to give so much of yourself that your cup becomes empty and you have nothing left for your own needs. Yes, always fill your own cup up. That is definitely true. So I would say this card says that you will have many ideas coming to you. You will either be more in tune with a higher version of yourself that can help you deal with emotions, or a friend, a woman friend, or someone, a woman in your life that will help you. Also, finally, as it said, to make sure that you are always pouring into your own cup. Hello, pile number 4. I am back. I actually took a break. It is the next day, and I'm going to move on to this card. I think it's funny that this card said that to pour into your own cup, and I really decided that I had to pour into my own cup after doing 3 readings yesterday. It was time for me to, basically do nothing. I just drew a bunch of circles, actually, and watched somebody play video games, basically doing nothing. So it's possible that you need to take some time to really just do practically nothing. Maybe even draw circles like I was doing. And now I'm going to move on to the Healer of the Ages card, which this position will represent words that will comfort you or heal you. And this card, it has Jesus on it, but really it just represents someone who is a master healer. In reversed, it says, when reversed, the Healer of Ages indicates that you've been feeling extremely out of sorts or even upside down in your own life. You may be in the midst of some physical problem or just feeling as though you're losing energy. But this card is telling you that there are deeper levels of healing that need to be addressed. Take some time to regroup and put your own healing first. That's exactly what I did. Whether you're facing mental, emotional, physical, or even addictive patterns, call upon the Healer of the Ages to bring this energy to the issues you're working on. Quiet your mind and feel his vibration bringing you warm, healing light, clearing away any dark or hurting space. Repeat this meditation and be patient. Yet always know that divine love can heal you in the blink of a belief. Affirmation. The powerful healing of eternal love is with me now and always. Divine consciousness fills every cell. I am whole, healthy, vital, and at peace. Wow. So this card, um, it's definitely telling you to know that healers, master healers, are there to help you. So, seeing this card in your wake up call spot, it means depression, anxiety, dark thoughts, insomnia, things like that. And um, I think that this card is telling you that this can be healed. You are able to heal this with the help of the divine, and obviously be patient. It takes time, and it gets better over time. Um, but I have a feeling you've had a lot of dark thoughts, and if you are seriously having trouble, obviously there's always the option to speak to a professional, a medical professional, or some sort of holistic professional, if that is the option you'd like to take, because I am not a professional and cannot give you professional medical advice if you feel extremely down and out of sorts. Just know that it is also possible, as well as, going to therapy or things like that, to get in tune with a spiritual sense of healing, of asking for divine help, and believing that you can receive divine help. If you do believe in Jesus Christ, that might be someone you want to call on, asking for divine help. If you don't believe in Jesus, maybe there is some other healer in a different religion or different ideology you could call upon. Maybe like the Buddha, or someone else who's a master healer. Um, and call upon them and ask them for help, because it definitely sounds like you need it at this time. Moving on to the Key of Light, which represents uh, something that will make you feel not alone. I'm going to pull out the deck for this one as well. Archangel Michael loves you unconditionally and serves your soul journey. He brings you a spiritual gift now, the Key of Light. This key allows you to open any door, clear any obstruction, and free yourself of any prison or enslavement, physical, emotional, or psychological. There is no need for you to feel trapped or locked out of a situation you want to get into. You now hold within your hands a divine key that will assist you in many ways. So, another healer that you could call on is Archangel Michael. And since this says, this is in the section of not feeling alone, I think it's very important to know that the angels are on your side, the divine is on your side. They're like handing you a key to unlock and unfurl any of these dark thoughts that you've been dealing with, as well as Jesus. If you do believe in Jesus, Jesus and angels are there for you to help you feel not alone. In fact, any healing energy that you seek can be there for you, depending on what you believe in. Step back and radiate love from your center. That is your way. You do not have to betray your spirituality to fight. You can fight with love and trust, and that can be your way as a spiritual warrior. In each moment you choose love and trust, you are fighting the good fight. You are learning that love is expressed in no as much as in yes. For when you fight against those who want you to deny the truth, you are standing clear and strong in loving truth. Michael helps you realize the strength that you already have within you to do this. So, as I said before, your angels are there to protect you. Once you believe in the divine power within you that you can connect to and let flow through you, if you believe in the connection and unity, just know that this key is being handed to you right now. I think basically this card is just saying to you that to feel not alone, connect to the divine, know that your angels are there to guide you and help you to open up and be protected and feel that divine light flowing through you. Now I'm going to move on to this next card, the Nine of Swords. This is your wake up call card. It says, an extremely dark card. The Nine of Swords reveals the deepest shadows of the self. It indicates insomnia, nightmares, and worries in the midnight hour. Often these states are accompanied by guilt, despair, or even depression. You'll be battling with yourself, so turn to others for help. Find joy, reach out. Turn to your angels, turn to master healers, also to this maybe a woman in your life that is deeply wise and caring, but also be patient with yourself while you try to focus on the happy. Or I think this card definitely is a reminder that what you focus on, you get more of. And if you focus and overthink on really negative parts of yourself or things that happened in your life or parts of your day, then that's what you get more of. And no, it's not easy to break that cycle. It's not easy to not overthink about maybe what you said or what was done or anything like that. And you definitely have to be patient with yourself. But I think reaching out for help from the divine, like, this is you reaching out for help, and the divine gives you the key. So I think if you haven't already, if you don't already try to connect on a daily basis to the divine, to angels, or whatever will make you feel connected to basically the unity of all things, a higher portion of reality, like basically living in the light. You see the divine light just coming down. Try to connect to that. If that's not something that you're familiar with, or if something that's been kind of maybe tainted by religious traumas or something like that, I would attempt again, maybe very slowly, first figuring out what works for you. What works for me is just at the end of the night while I'm laying down, ask to connect to the divine, ask if there's anything I need to know, anything I should do. Tell them ways that they can help me, tell them ways they can help others. It also helps me in general to just focus my goals and my attention on what really matters to me. And I do try to phrase things in like a more positive way, like I want health rather than like fix this negative aspect of what's going on in my health or something like that. I do kind of find that it makes it better when I notice the way that I phrase certain things. Just know that you are not alone. You have the divine with you, and you have people that love you. And all you have to do is reach out and ask, and the key will be given to you. The divine light will be given to you. Like I said before, if you do feel that it is to the point where you need to seek out a medical professional, please absolutely do that. I mean, I know that absolutely can help many people. And if you are feeling extremely depressed or having extreme anxiety and you've never spoken to a medical professional about it, it might be time to do that. I'm sure that you probably will be able to find some really useful information by doing that as well. I'm also going to leave a YouTube video down below that I just watched. I just found this girl. It's called Therapy in a Nutshell, and she actually is a therapist. She is a professional therapist, And I really like some of her videos. She has some videos about overthinking. She has some videos about how to bring joy into your life. So I'm going to link those down below and link her channel down below. Might give you some really useful information on how to get out of this funk. And obviously, if that's not enough, or reaching out to the divine is not enough, please do seek out medical professional help. I definitely don't want anyone to get hurt. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your mental health. It is definitely worth it in the long run. I'm happy for you. It's so weird. That just came through. That just came through. I'm happy for you. I don't know what that message. I mean, obviously, I'm not really sure what that message, who that message is from or who it's for, but I'm happy for you just came through in my head, and I wanted to say that out loud. Okay, and finally, I'm going to be moving on to the last card, which is what to expect. And obviously, because this card says snake shed the old skin, so I can imagine like a brand new version of you is going to be coming up, and going to be getting rid of all of the old layers of yourself that need to go, and transforming into a brand new version of yourself. Let's see what it says. Cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. In many spiritual traditions, the snake offers a powerful medicine. In tantric teachings, it symbolizes the kundalini, which is the powerful serpentine energy that allows you to reach your highest spiritual potential. When the sacred ones saw a snake in nature or encountered it in a dream, they knew that there was transformation in the air. For me, the snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others or the past. Wow, so I like how she added in that extra part into this card, because it says carrying the venom of negative thoughts. So shedding that old skin and shedding those negative thoughts. So you can expect for these thoughts to be gone no matter how you go about it. You can expect for the worry or the anxiety or the depression that you've been feeling to definitely get better, and you can expect for you can expect to feel like a brand new version of yourself going forward. It sounds like you'll have a kundalini awakening, which I've had one myself, which was mine kind of came to me like it felt like a fluttering of my third eye, and like almost like felt like my body was like lighting up. And it happened to me actually right before I had a house fire, and it happened to me after I had been doing a lot of meditations and doing a lot of journaling about my past and about um, why I had reacted certain ways throughout the day, um, doing journal prompts like every night and meditating. And when I did this, the one night during the meditation, I saw a white light butterfly like flap on my third eye, and I could like feel it in real life. It felt insane. And I think you could expect something like this to happen to you during this next part of your spiritual awakening. You can expect some strange bodily sensations, probably seeing things in a different way, like how I saw like a white light butterfly. No, that is not happening in real life in this dimension, but it most certainly could be happening in another dimension, or just an energy of sorts. So you probably will be experiencing this like white light, key of light is coming to you. The key of light is coming to you. So expect this white light energy to be entering your life and clearing you of these swords and these negative things that you've been carrying with you, and to help you with the probably the overthinking or the depression that you've been experiencing lately. Um, if you do feel comfortable, please do reach out to Archangel Michael or Jesus or any healer or any like a positive type uh, divine being. You know, this could be Egyptian, this could be Greek. It does not matter where you find this divine being. Just make sure that they are considered like a holy, positive, white light type being. And when you do connect to them and ask for your healing, I promise you, you will receive it. I do hope that you are able to do that, and that is not something that makes you feel extremely uncomfortable. I do know that there are many people out there that have experienced religious trauma, and anything that even slightly resembles religion, maybe Christianity, you know, with Jesus and angels coming through, can be a difficult um, experience for them to try to reconnect. A lot of the times I've noticed that people tend to shut off entirely from the more divine realms of life. And I just am here to tell you that if you are someone that has done that, it is absolutely time for you to wake up to this more spiritual side, the energetic side of life, because it's going to help heal you in the long run. And it's time to stop shutting off from that side, because it will better you in the long run to be fully connected and integrated. If you are someone that is already um, you know, has been connecting with these types of beings, just know that they are handing you the key of light. You are not alone. You are able now to um, walk into any door that you want to, and close any door you need to, and shed your old skins. They will help you to do that. I know that you are an extremely loving and caring person, and you deserve to feel that way on the inside. You know, people probably view you like just magical and beautiful, and you're probably in your head really beating yourself up, and thinking about negative sides of life and negative aspects of yourself. And it's time to end those cycles. It's time to shed that old skin and connect deeply, dive into connecting. I hope that this resonated for you, and I truly do hope that you connect. I absolutely love you, and I'm going to leave all of the decks that I used today down below, as well as that YouTube channel and my tip information. I would absolutely love if you subscribe. I really appreciate that you took the time to watch today. It means the absolute world to me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, pile number 4. I love you. Bye. Hello, pile number 5. If you chose this little reptar pin, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to lay all the cards out. We have the World, the Father of Cups reversed, the Lizard and the Pitcher Plant, Stagnation, Command reversed, and Rest and Rejuvenation. Okay, starting with this first card, the World, this is going to represent what you need to know during this part of your spiritual awakening. I would say that this card represents, this card is one of the most positive cards in a tarot deck, I would say, which is wonderful news. I definitely think that it can tell you that you are on the upswing, and especially when it's upright, it means that you are on the right path, that many good things are coming to you. And it also means to keep that connection of the divine, knowing the unity, knowing that all people and all things are just little pieces of the whole. I think that this card calls to that. It usually has a circle in it in many decks because it does represent that that unity of all people and all things. It says, "The world is your oyster unless you don't like oysters, in which case it's your hot fudge sundae." Yes, it's like you can have your cake and eat it too, is what the divine is telling you. You can have everything you want, your wildest dreams. It says, "Break out the bubbly and strike up the band. There is a lot to celebrate. The world card signifies completion, the attainment of goals, and success in whatever endeavors you have been pursuing. If it is the final future card in a reading, no matter what comes before it, you will triumph in the end. The world is another one of those rare cards that has no negative interpretations. Nothing but good times ahead, baby. You did it. Pat yourself on the back. Hell, have someone pat you on the back too. You deserve it. If you have been striving for ages, working hard to achieve your dreams, getting the world card is very good news indeed. It means that sooner or later, success will be yours. Depending on the card's placement in the reading, the goal may be of some time off, but at least you can continue your journey knowing that eventually you are going to get there. So, as I said, yes, you will achieve your wildest dreams, and it being so soon, and it being something that you need to know, I think the divine is telling you, keep up the hard work, make sure to pat yourself on the back, and saying that you are doing the right thing. You will achieve your wildest dreams. Even if you don't feel like maybe you're doing the right thing sometimes, you are doing the right thing. I think the divine really wants you to know that you are loved, that you are doing the right thing. It's so important that you know that. You're going to get to relish in everything you deserve. You're going to get to sit on a beach if that's what you want to do and feel the wind flow through your hair and just vibe with life and party and have fun and eat delicious foods and have amazing pets if that's what you want. Like you will get everything you want. If you want a house, there is a house in this card, you will get that. And since this is a spiritual reading, I do think it is important, just that connection to the divine, the wholeness, and knowing that people are just projecting and that there's lessons to learn from their words, and not to take everything so seriously, and to learn from what people say to you and notice if it's something you should accept or move on from. The most important thing to know is there are good times ahead. I think that's what that's what this card is wanting you to know, is to know that you will get to experience everything you want to experience. You will get to be extremely joyous and feeling free. You will feel freedom. And I think that's something you really want to feel. So, uh, yes, just know that you will achieve your wildest dreams. How wonderful is that? Wonderful news. Okay, and moving on to the Father of Cups. This card represents words that will help you or comfort you. And let's see what this says. I actually read this card out of the book, but it I don't feel that the book actually represents what the reversal means, so I'm going to leave that out. But I believe what this card is trying to say is that you are probably diving deep into your emotional states and how you are feeling, maybe attempting to try to master your emotions, if or maybe possibly understand why you feel emotions, possibly due to insecurities, deep rooted traumas, different things that happened to you in the past, etc. So at this time, maybe you're diving into that, and I think that when I looked it up online, actually, I love this one website that I use. It's called Biddy Tarot. But I looked up the reversal, and it actually specifically said that you should be either reading self help books, journaling, possibly seeing a hypnotherapist, or working with a therapist or medical professional at this time, whatever varying level you feel is necessary for you. I definitely felt that self help books helped me. I really loved How to Do the Work. I think it's Justine Ibarra. I think that's her name, the author. And I love um, A New World by Eckhart Tolle as well. That was a great read. The cool thing about the book How to Do the Work, it actually has journal prompts within it if you want to work along with the journaling and getting to the root of some issues. It just depends on your um, what level you feel you want to dive into some uh, some deep rooted problems that you may have. Everyone has things that they have to unlearn about themselves that were taught to them by others. Definitely don't feel alone in that way, and know that you can reach out for help if you did want to dive into this side of you, whether that is from people in your life or from medical professionals or the divine or really anything. Just reach out to the universe and say, I'd like help balancing my emotions. I'd like help um, understanding my emotions and where they come from. I know my emotions, I've come to realize that my emotional states of anger often come from hunger, like so deeply. It is so common that I am hangry. So I think sometimes when you like actually write down different parts of your day and different ways you reacted, you can see a pattern. You can maybe ask yourself some additional questions, or write down some additional questions on why this may have happened, or if you're noticing a pattern, or how you can choose to do better in the future. And I think that's everything I wanted to say for this card. I'm going to move on to the third card, the lizard and the pitcher plant, which represents you are not alone. So, um, it's funny. It says you are not alone, and then it says stagnation. So, you are not alone in feeling stagnant. In fact, I feel that many people are feeling quite stagnant. I often have, maybe month, week bursts of inspiration and energy, and then I'm like, am I doing anything right? Is this going right? Am I on the right path? And everything just feels like it's kind of slowing down or falling apart. But I think in those times, it's really the divine setting up something really amazing for you when it gets kind of slow. Maybe take some time to look inside when you're feeling like things are getting a little slowed down. And I mean, this first card already assured you that you are on the right path. So if you are feeling any stagnation, know that you aren't alone in feeling that way. And know that you will feel immense motivation soon. I definitely want to say that. You may be feeling stuck, frozen in place, or without an escape. Reflect on the lizard's ability to shed and regrow its tail. There may be things in your life you can leave behind, making way for new growth. So I definitely think that this ties into what I said about asking for divine help, asking for friends' help, asking for medical professionals' help, on maybe diving deep into these emotional states and leaving behind any limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns that are repeated over and over, or even habits like me not eating and getting hangry. So you'll notice what's causing the root of the problem, and maybe be able to work deeper to really rewire your brain, saying, oh, well, that's actually not true. I actually can do that, or I actually am loved, or anything like that. Or these people actually do care about me, and I really am on the right path, and I'm doing the right things. Um, just know that you aren't alone in stagnation. I do feel like it's almost in the air, you know. There's something in the air. I can like feel the slowing up and speeding down when it happens. Like I feel so connected to the different waves of life. It's like we're in the ocean. It's like sometimes we're going up and sometimes we're going down and sometimes the waters are still. And maybe right now the water's kind of still and you're feeling a little bored or not inspired. Know that you're not alone. Know that you can reach out for help. Know that you will get motivation in the future. And moving on to this command card, reversed, which represents the wake up call spot, I can tell you exactly what this means. This means that you have not been commanding your life or possibly um, basically standing up for yourself. You either taking control of your life entirely or standing up for yourself to somebody. And now it is time to do that 100%. It's time to think in a diplomatic way that also includes yourself and includes others, but never hurt yourself in order to help others. And this card definitely is telling you command, go. I now create structures through which all my gifts will be actualized. I am the governor of my world. I am the ruler of my life. From limitless spirit, I draw all things needed for right action. Exactly as I said before, um, take lists of maybe limiting beliefs that you have and change them and put little affirmations around your house as well. So if you think times are rough because then you can say times are good because of this, because of the love in the world, because of the good people in the world, because there are people that care out there, or something that inspires you. Times are good because of the beautiful art that's created. Or I'll never be able to get that, and instead write, I'm going to get a beautiful house of my dreams. I'm going to do exactly what I want. Like, whatever it is that you want, you can write little affirmation cards for yourself and put them around. This card also talks about controlling what you're taking in, whether that's like scrolling too much on your phone, what types of content you're taking in on TV, or what types of people and places you're around. So it's just completely taking control of what you accept into your mind space and what you accept in your life and who you accept in your life. Like if someone mistreats you, setting boundaries and letting them know that when the boundary is crossed, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to read the last part of this card because it talks about a loss is always a new freedom as well. And in this card, it talks about losing your tail. So this might be something that's part of your wake up call for the command card. A loss is always a new freedom as well. A gain is a stepping stone. The challenge you are given by life situation is an opportunity to perfect a skill or quality that you will be happy to have later. The challenge you are given by a life situation is an opportunity to perfect a skill or quality that you will be happy to have later, as the great plan of the unfolding universe is put before you. You are a warrior in training. Never complain about an opportunity to hone your skills. Go forward with the fullness of your being. Take command. The non chief complains. The chief sees opportunity and takes charge of the forces by setting herself in a position that will receive the force's benefit and diminish the likelihood of harm. You, like the chief, have your own goals and deeply held values. These should not be set aside. The lesson of taking command is simply that you must use your mind and will to place yourself, container of these goals and values, in a position where they will be strengthened and enhanced. Go now. Look at your deepest needs and desires. In what already happening flow of energy can you place them? Stop embracing struggle. Take command. Well, that was very clear, yes. I mean, it's hard to say those types of things, like stop embracing struggle, because yes, I know there's so much struggle in the world. There's people have health problems, and there's just horrible things going on in the world, and I know that that's all true, and it's really hard to turn away from that. So definitely be patient with yourself. I mean, this is a wake up call card, so it had to be a little harsh. Um, but be patient with yourself. I know that taking command doesn't happen overnight. And there was even times that I didn't realize that command needed to be taken until I was empowered by others. So I definitely feel that calling out to others is going to be a really important part of this. I think it's interesting that it said that during difficult situations, you will find new skills, or maybe even in the future be understanding to people that went through the same difficult situations that you went through, and they will find solace in you because that you actually understand. So try to view setbacks in that way, that they are only lessons and that they will help you in the long run. um, you'll understand certain things, and maybe you'll be able to pass that information on to others. Either way, this card is a calling, and your wake up call is to take command of every single aspect of your life. Take command of your time, take command of your focus, take command of your thoughts, take command of the people and the places in your life, take command of your career and every single thing about your life. Make sure that your focus is on what is important to you. You will achieve your wildest dreams. This was already said. So we know that you will be good. Um, so be patient with yourself, okay? Just be patient. I know it's not easy to be told you have to command every single aspect of your life. Like sometimes it's like, what does that even mean? But I think that you'll figure it out, where the boundaries need to be set, uh, places you don't need to go, and etc. And I think that that's everything I wanted to say for the command card. I'm going to move on to what you can expect, which is rest and rejuvenation. I think that that couldn't be more clear. You are going to be resting and getting rejuvenated by the divine, it looks like, possibly meditating. I think it's interesting that in this command card, the wake up call, it's like reversal of him sitting Indian style, and you can expect for it to be upright. The world is upright as well, so expect good things. Expect you to achieve your wildest dreams. Expect to get the rest and rejuvenation you need. Um, expect to understand your emotions better and get help from others, and leave behind the parts of you and the different thought patterns that you don't want to keep in your life. Expect to be taking command, but most of all, expect rest. The book for this one says that if you've been feeling busy lately, you're definitely going to be getting that time to slow down a little bit and connect with the divine, and have moments where you are still and asking for inner wisdom or inner peace, or just feeling that connection. It doesn't have to be when you are cross-legged or anything like that. You can do this before you go to bed. You can do this on a walk. You could even be mowing the lawn or doing anything of the sort. It's just about feeling conscious in that moment, and expect a lot more of these kind of divine, peaceful moments to be coming to you. And I think the divine is definitely calling out to you, asking you to reach out saying that the more that you have these moments, that you will feel divinely guided and it will help you in your life. So definitely expect that connection to be coming to you if you don't already feel it deeply in your daily life. And I think that that's everything I wanted to say for you, pile number 5. I hope that this reading resonated for you. It was wonderful to do, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch today. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'm going to leave all of the decks that I use down below, as well as my tip information and my Amazon wish list. It's not necessary to contribute, but definitely appreciated. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you so much. Goodbye.